Guys, today I'll be discussing some suggestions that I have for FIFA 19. Now, I know the menu features are pretty much already established for the new game, but here are just some things I would like to see. So real quick before starting with the list, remember to like the video and subscribe for more FIFA gameplay and commentary videos like this one. And definitely feel free to leave comments of your own opinions and your own suggestions throughout the video. So the main 3 points of discussion will be features, gameplay, and realism/attention to detail. So for FUT Champions, certainly the biggest mode in the game. It faced a lot of ups and downs this past FIFA and can definitely benefit from one but effective change. So the main one is to extend the weekend league to an extra day, either being Thursday, or Monday, as opposed to the traditional Friday to Sunday, which obviously allows more time to complete the 40 games. However, it will still be a very long and grindy experience, but it's still a realistic step that EA can take since we're already used to witnessing many weekend leagues extensions by now. Now, the other alternative to it is to reduce the amount of required matches down to 20 to 25. I think 25 is more realistic. Because people won't feel as this mode as a chore and it will be less stressful overall. This will make it more enjoyable since most people will have the time to complete those matches every single week, which will give them those great rewards and maintain the longevity of this mode. Because let's be honest guys, like FUT Champions turned into a pro player practice mode because nobody really has the time to play all 40 matches, and let's say one week you do, it will be close to impossible to maintain this consistency every single week of the month for the monthly rewards, which definitely defeats the purpose of aiming and striving for the best monthly rewards. So a good combination of these two alternatives would be great and won't force people to literally play FIFA all weekend. So let me know guys down in the comments, how many times have you played all 40 matches this year? Because personally, I believe I only did it once this year for those exact reasons that I mentioned. Now moving on to another feature, which is the quick sub menu. Adding more options will make the feature useful in my opinion, because right now we can choose a set of 3 substitute before the match and the prompt appears during the second half, which doesn't leave room for a last minute and unexpected turn of events. So by picking who to sub when the ball is out of play, it will add more freedom, and also being able to change formations and a complete team sheet as well will make the quick menu a very practical feature in my opinion. Because do you guys even use the quick menu as part of your playstyle? Like I saw myself, especially during the first few weeks of the game, pressing it by accident, so it wasn't really that useful, and I often don't even think about changing the 3 substitute option before the game. Next, when it comes to Ultimate Team, earning coins after every match played across all game modes would be interesting to see, and it will also entice people who do not normally play FUT to actually try it, since they will already have some coins to start with. In fact, there's already a similar system in the NBA 2K series and the 2K games in general, where you earn VC similar to coins in FIFA after any game across all game modes. So you can even earn some for completing different activities, like pre-match quizzes. So it will perfectly transition to the FIFA series. That being said, some examples of ways to earn coins other than matches would be after leveling up your EA catalog level, winning a season in career mode, pro clubs, completing some skill games, earning PS4 trophies or achievements if you're on Xbox, and completing some chapters in the journey. So definitely comment if you think it will be a good thing, or if earning coins through other game modes would interest you to play FUT if you don't normally play that mode, since you'll already have some coins to start. Moving on to the player details, we've seen EA updating player faces and hairstyles months after the game's release, which has potential to be even better. In fact, with some players such as Neymar, Pogba, and Ronaldo, they change hairstyles very often, so it will be nice to see EA updating them as they change. Because as we saw this year, a couple of weeks after the game came out, they updated Neymar's hairstyle, but it turned out he switched it up to a different one very quickly, so here's proof right there. Also, a good detail would be that when you edit a player, to choose any hairstyle you want, and also include all of those that were added during the season. Same thing with facial hair. To include the ability to modify it would be more interesting, especially when playing career mode, because you can add longer hair or beard to any player who is getting older, or give them completely new makeovers. I think that small change can be an awesome addition now. So definitely let me know what you think of this down in the comments. So another thing about customization, in addition to the many sleeves variations that we have already, will be to include rolled up or pulled up sleeves, similar to how players such as Carvajal, Ronaldo, Neymar, and Ramos sometimes do themselves. Again, just the smallest details can greatly improve the playing experience, in my opinion. So now for the same thing in Ultimate Team, the same points can be said when it comes to being able to change the appearance of the players in your club in Ultimate Team, such as boots and everything else we're used to see. Moving on to the gameplay now, I haven't seen this suggestion so far, and that is to have the options to make the camera orientation the same during both halves. In fact, some may find that they play better when they have to score on the right side, or for some on the left side. So by having a camera adjusted to scoring in the same directions for the first half and second half would be a great little trick. For example, in the NHL series, they do it perfectly. Like, the camera is always positioned so that you score in the same point of view in every period of the game. As you can see, you always score on the net above, on the net above you, even if the teams have switched sides. So for you guys, which side do you see yourself score more or play better? Because for me, I feel it's more natural to play when having to score on the right side. However, it's not such a big deal, but it's always good to have the choice to do so. Now, when it comes to career mode, another good addition would be to edit the kits so that you always have new and fresh kits during every season, which adds more immersion to the game. In fact, it's way better than having to use the same one for 10 plus season, and the same can be said about stadiums. So adding some sort of kit and stadium editor / creator would definitely be a cool feature to see. Now, the next thing is a small little detail that PES already has and will be nice to see in FIFA, especially for online matches, and that is to be able to, as soon as your opponent scores, to be able to skip his celebration and replays. EA did, however, heavily decrease the amount of time and replays after each goal in recent FIFAs, but you still can't to this day skip those of your opponents. So not only it would waste less time, it will also reduce some frustration of dealing with people who make those annoying celebrations to piss you off, like the running through the whole pitch, shushing you, dabbing and other things like that. So definitely let me know what you think of this, and like which celebration pissed you off, because for me it's definitely getting shushed and the brick fall as soon as they score. Moving on to some realism and attention to detail, a good and realistic feature to add would be when a player gets an injury in the face, like nose or I don't know, the cheekbone or whatever, showing them wearing a face mask during gameplay to protect themselves will make the gameplay even more realistic, because we've seen players like Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Ramos, Chiellini, and other players wearing them, so it will be very cool to see it in FIFA as well. What other little accessories would you like to see added in FIFA? Definitely let me know down in the comments. For the next thing, it's a slight pet peeve of mine that I would like to see addressed in FIFA 19, but it's still annoying at times, and that is that the stadium lighting during the nighttime and other times of day, but most importantly at the night, because it always has this unaesthetic / ugly look to it by having some sort of olive green tint to it. For example, you can see some real life screenshots compared to FIFA, and if you focus on the lighting, you will definitely notice how worse it looks in FIFA. It's something that can easily be improved. In fact, PES does not have this issue at all. You can see how good it looks at night compared to FIFA. So you guys find yourselves a little bothered by the lighting at night, or is it just me? I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Now, for these last two suggestions, they are something that could really benefit from the Frostbite engine that EA uses, and that is having pre and post-match interviews in career mode. They don't necessarily have to involve voice acting or dialogue, but having a cutscene that shows an interview of the man of the match, manager, or any player after either winning or losing would be great to see. You know, the little career mode news flashes that we have already definitely shows potential in improvement of cutscenes, because so far these are the main scenarios that I think would benefit from cutscenes. So if you have some other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Last but not least, when the home team is losing by a lot of goals during an important match or any sort of game for that matter, having the home crowd leave slowly would add a lot more realism to it. Now obviously it will have to happen when 4 or 5 unanswered goals happen in quick succession during the second half, for example, or in the last 10 minutes with the home team being really behind. Now these are all the suggestions that I have at the moment, and would really like to know what you think about them, and also having an idea of your own suggestions would be very nice to see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you found it interesting, leaving a like will show that you did, and feel free to subscribe for more FIFA gameplay and commentary videos. Now one last reminder, remember we're on the road to 2,000 followers on the Instagram page, where there is FIFA content posted every single day, so definitely give it a follow if you want to see more FIFA content. And I'm also on Twitter as well, and everything is down in the description. So thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you on the next video.